Hi guys, welcome back. This week I am doing a video on senior picture makeup. Last week I talked a little bit with you about what to expect when you get your senior picture makeup done by me, and I wanted to follow it up by doing a video and showing you what a standard, very clean, natural, and very pretty makeup look looks like. So I will jump right in here. I put some moisturizer on, and I'm going to put on primer next. And primer is a great tool to use before you put foundation on. This helps to mask imperfections such as redness, blemishes, and creates a great base for the foundation to adhere to, and helps to make the makeup and the foundation last for a long time, and also to smooth it out. So your face, it takes away any of the texture or roughness that the skin may have. And next up I will put on a foundation, and in my makeup kit I have a whole array of different shades, so not to worry, I am able to get the correct shade that matches the client's skin, as well as make sure that it does not have a line of demarcation, which is, as you'll probably have seen in some point in your life, when the face is either darker or lighter than your neck. That's what you don't want. It should all match the same. And in this video I am using a Beauty Blender sponge, and generally when I'm working on my clients I use all of my professional grade makeup brushes. I'm not quite sure why I decided to use a sponge in this video. I think I wasn't really thinking when I did that process. This is what I use on myself every day, but I do use makeup brushes on my clients. And I do use a Beauty Blender. I use that more on clients, more for when I'm concealing or contouring with a cream consistency. There are certain things that the Beauty Blender does work better on the face, and concealing and contouring products is one of them. And next up I'm going to grab a concealer and go through and find any redness or blemishes that are still peeking through that the foundation may not have covered up totally. And it's kind of a my job is to make sure that the face is clean and it's pretty and just looks flawless. And this actually helps. I'm not sure that many people know this, but my job is obviously to put the makeup on, but it's also to help the photographer out when he goes to edit images after the photo shoot. I save the photographer's time by getting rid of any, redness or anything that he would have to Photoshop. So when I do that and take care of that before the photo shoot, it helps and saves time, so he doesn't have to go through and edit and do anything like that. So I'm helping the client as well as helping the photographer as well. And next up I'm going to take some concealer and mask any blueness or imperfection under the eye. It helps to brighten the eye as well as get rid of any of the darkness underneath. And with concealer, it's one of those things where you want to make sure that it matches the skin, because in the flash from the photographer's camera, you want to make sure that it doesn't flash back and looks a different color in the image. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows just a hair. With the clients being in senior pictures, I don't tend to do any kind of heavy eyebrow look. I don't think that looks natural. I just try to help fill in any of the sparse areas. And again, if the client has any specific things that they want with their eyebrows, I just do what they want, but I also take into account that we want to look as natural and our age as possible. The growing trend with eyebrows is pretty amazing, actually. They were kind of one of those secondary things that you didn't think much of, and in the last year and a half or 2 years, it's kind of taken a turn, and everybody wants to have these great, amazing eyebrows, which is pretty awesome. And next up, I'm going to put on some eyeshadow primer, and this helps to make the eyeshadow last longer and gives it something to adhere to. And that was the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I swear by that. I've used it forever. And I'm going to grab an eyeshadow palette, and that is the Naked palette, the Urban Decay, and I'm going to pick a champagne-y pinkish color and put that on the eyelid, and that color is actually called Sin. And I'm just going to place that all over the eyelid. The clients usually know what they want when they come in. It's either a very natural look or more of a smoky eye, more dramatic look. But 9 times out of 10, we go the very clean and natural route. And these colors that I'm using today, I use quite frequently when I do senior picture makeup. And next up, I'm going to grab a light brown color, which is called Naked, and I'm just going to put that into the crease and just blend really nicely. It's more of a transition shade. And the colors that I use for the eyes are, I'm going to go in next here and take a darker brown shade called Buck, and I'm going to put that right in the crease over that other light brown color just to build a little bit intensity. But the colors that I'm using work well on all eye shades, and I'm looking to make the eyes kind of pop and just stand out really nicely in the pictures. I don't want to use too much darkness because that tends to close the eye, and we want the eyes to be open in the pictures and just look really vibrant and pretty. So I'm just going to go back through and try to blend those colors. I want it to look seamless and not too overdone. And I'm going to go back with that lighter cream shade and highlight under that brow bone. And that color is called Virgin. And it does appear to look a little bit brighter in the lighting here. But in natural light, it looks really pretty. And while we're doing senior pictures, some of the images will be inside in the studio and some of them will be outside, so that is something to take into account as well, that the makeup has to wear well under studio lighting as well as in the sun or shade or things like that when you're shooting outside. And I'm just going back through and blending everything nicely so it just appears that there's not any harsh lines. And at any time when I'm talking to the client and doing their makeup, I always ask them if there's something specific that they like or colors that they like, and I try to incorporate that into their makeup. And I'm going to go in here with the Naked Flushed palette and grab that cream color in the middle, which is a highlighter, but I also use it to put in the center of the eyelid, which helps to brighten the eye and make the eyes pop even a little bit more. And next up, I'm going to go ahead and put some eyeliner on. And I apologize as I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get the eyeliner part shade into the camera frame. My tripod is really tall and I have a makeup counter and it's just, I can't get it low enough for you to see me put the eyeliner on. I'll figure it out soon, I promise. In here I have a liquid liner and it's black, and for the clients I have shades of brown and black in gel liner, liquid liner, pencil. I mean, you name it, I have it. It just depends on what look I'm going for that day and what they're comfortable with. Sometimes they prefer a liquid liner over a gel liner, and that's something that I ask the client. And a lot of times they don't know or don't really care, and I just take and use my best judgment. And I'm going back through the Beauty Blender and wiping away any of the fallout that may have fallen due to the eyeshadow. And next up, I am using my eyelash curler. I don't use the eyelash curler too much when I do senior picture makeup. It happens from time to time, but ironically, most of the senior pictures makeup that I do, their eyelashes are super amazing and long and curled. This generation has amazing lashes. I'm going to take a waterproof mascara, which I do use waterproof mascara on the clients unless they prefer otherwise, since when they do the photo shoot, sometimes they are in fountains or water or doing something with water, and I want to make sure that that mascara doesn't go anywhere. And it also helps with humidity. We do a lot of shoots in the summertime, and the humidity is crazy, so that'll help the the eyelashes from falling. I believe that the waterproof mascara actually helps to hold the curl a little bit better as well. And also I don't find that there's any mascara fallout either when it's waterproof. So I'm just going to go through and make sure that I get all the eyelashes with mascara. And with my clients, I do use individual spoolies, which are the little mascara wands, and those are used one time and then thrown away, so it's hygienic. And next up, I'm going to grab a bronzer and do a little bit of bronzing / contouring, whatever you prefer to call it. During the summer months, it's pretty popular to do bronzer. It looks a little bit more natural with the tan that most kids will have. And I do contouring on seniors if they want it. I don't do too much of it because at that age I feel like they are youthful and don't need a lot of that, and they want to look their age still. I did a little bit more here in this video because my forehead is so much darker than the rest of my face, and I wanted to kind of color match it. And I like to also, as you probably saw, I like to make sure that everything is equal. I kept on kind of looking on both sides. I like to make sure that everything is equal on both sides so it's symmetrical. And I'm going to go back through and put a pretty light blush on to give some color to the cheeks. Sorry about that. That was my cell phone going off, of course, in the middle of my video. And I'm not talking, I think somebody was talking to me from upstairs. That's why I was talking in the video, but you couldn't hear me. You saw my lips moving, but I'm actually doing a voiceover right now, so. And next up, I'm going to grab a powder where I'm going to just set the face. And I use a separate setting powder after this, but I like the the MAC Skin Finish Naturals to kind of blend everything together. There's something about these powders that when you put them on, it kind of just blends, the makeup just kind of blends together and looks really pretty and natural and glowy. I've used these powders for years now, and they're one of my favorites. And next up, I'm going to grab a very pretty pink lipstick. And that is a Stay Balm, I believe. It wears like a chapstick kind of, but it ends up being kind of matte and it just stays. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't bleed. It just stays where it needs to, which is nice when you're on a photo shoot because you don't want to have to keep on reapplying the lipstick and you don't want it fading as well. And just for a little bit more color and shine, I just added just a hint of gloss, which it looks really nice in the pictures when your lips have a softness and a little bit of shine to them so they don't look dry. And I'm going to go back through. I'm just going to fix anything that I want to, just to make sure everything looks nice and perfect. And I'm going to go back through and just dab a little bit of the setting powder on my face. And that is the look. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the drop down box below. And I will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.